there's a new force in the Ghanaian media, and this is the leader, Kwadwo Sheldon. Sheldon went from this to this in the space of 4 years. In this first part, he was just a regular guy online who managed to trend every now and then for some jokes. And in this part, he has grown to become more than just an individual. He has KSS, Kwadwo Sheldon Studios, which has 20 employees who are all heavily paid and catered for.
I take care of my people. We eat good. Yes, we are eating good.
And because of how successful his firm is, the premier university in Ghana, the University of Ghana, has contracted him to be a lecturer for his exploits in content creation.
I'm a guest lecturer at the University of Ghana Business School on content creation.
How did he do that? Sheldon is not the first person who started making jokes online and gained some popularity. There have been hundreds of people like that. But guess what? Most of them just come and go like the waves of the sea. I sat down to study Sheldon's philosophy that guides his life and business and have come up with 6 remarkable traits that I'm certain that if you apply to your life, you can replicate that level of success and tremendous growth within a short space of time. Let's get right into it. Number 1, the power of focus. Every day you scroll on social media, you will come across at least 3 methods of making money online that are juicy and very promising. As a young man or lady, trying so many of these methods with the hope of finding the easiest one or the fastest one that will help you make it is probably what is stopping you from actually making it. Kwadwo Sheldon did the exact opposite. And in less than 4 years, he was able to build one of the most successful new media companies in Ghana. So this is what happened. Somewhere in 2020, Kwadwo Sheldon left his role as the social media manager of OMG Ghana and decided to start shooting videos on his own platform. And he did one thing. He never looked back and he never looked sideways, which means he never gave up and he never tried other options. He focused his energy on that one thing with all his might. He even went a step further by speaking to some of the people he used to work with at OMG and brought them on board to help him produce more content. He didn't pause 2-3 weeks after starting to try copywriting or forex trading or blogging. He stayed on one path and kept hitting hard at it. And that is how he grew it into the big brand that you see today. Impressively, although he is very well established now and can even afford to try other options, he still retains that sharp focus. A forex trading guru, Kwadwo Forex, told him that he would show him how to trade and it could be an additional source of income for him. Sheldon said no. No. All he wants to do is focus his mind and energy on this one thing and keep growing it to the sky. It is no wonder that focus is yielding him so much success. Now, what can we learn from this? Focusing your energy on one thing is what will yield the results that you are yearning for. Many young people have a lot of potential, but they are so impatient for results that when they don't get it after a short while, they quit to try something else. But building any career or business to the point where you can earn a good living out of it, it's like building a house. If you stop at the foundation level to go start a new building and then a new building, very soon you have foundations set up everywhere instead of having a house well built within the same time frame with the same resources. As Steve Jobs, the co-founder of Apple, once said, people think focus means saying yes to the thing you've got to focus on. But that's not what it means at all. It means saying no to the 100 other good ideas that there are. Good ideas that there are. That is the meaning of focus, and that is what will yield you the results that you are aiming for. Lesson number 2. Well, before we look at lesson number 2, if you are watching on YouTube, hit the subscribe button below. Turn on the notification bell so that whenever we post a new video, you get notified. One of the recent videos we shot was about ChatGPT and how it relates with people to make itself irresistible, and we extracted lessons from ChatGPT's behavior that you can apply in your own life to make you very irresistible in all your relationship with people around you. You can click the link around this video to watch that right now. Now the lesson. Another thing about Kwadwo Sheldon that made his firm highly successful in such a short period of time is his high work rate. If you are an ambitious young person with a dream of really making it in life, make sure you are not misled by the life painted on social media by successful entrepreneurs. And by this, I'm referring to the life of freedom, many vacations that are taken, or even working just a few hours in an entire week. Because the truth is, there is no method of making good money that comes out of investing only a few hours of work a week. Kwadwo Sheldon is a great example because he runs one of the biggest new media companies in Ghana right now, and he's able to take a full month off work and everything will still be running. But here's the twist. His company always produces about 7 videos every single day, whether he is there or not.
In a day, how many videos do you end up doing? Like relatively, like on the regular?
Across platforms, I think we do like 7.
So the work is still put in. From the very moment he started the firm in 2020, it has been work.
It's been work for me when we started, you understand?
There has not been a single day that they missed producing a video. And the only reason he's able to take time off work right now is because he has been able to hire and groom other people to get the job done still while he's away. It is not that the work is left undone in the name of being successful. So you cannot look at the time freedom that he's able to afford right now and use that as inspiration to build a life where you think, oh, you can build something worthwhile with just a few hours of work without an entire machinery making sure that the job is done regardless. Now, what can we learn from this? Little drops of water can make a mighty ocean, but not in one lifetime. The truth is, if all of us had 2 million years to live, maybe you can be putting in 1 hour of work a month, and at the end of 1 million years, you surely have something built up. But we don't have that luxury. Don't let the idea of working smart instead of working hard make you lazy instead. Because smart work is meaningless if it is not backed by hard work. Anything of value, of great value that is built in this life becomes successful because the architects behind it put a lot of time, effort, and in many cases pour their heart and soul into the work to make it what it is. You cannot do anything lackadaisically and expect that it will give you amazing results. The world just doesn't work that way. Thomas Edison, the person who invented the light bulb, once said, "Genius is 1% inspiration and 99% perspiration." Perspiration means sweating profusely. So you have to put in the work. That is what he's trying to say. Dwayne Johnson, an actor and professional wrestler, also said, "Success isn't always about greatness. It's about consistency. Consistent hard work leads to success, because it is when you do that that the greatness will come. So make sure you put in the work and make sure it's a lot of work you are putting in." Number 3, the third element of Kwadwo Sheldon's mentality, philosophy, and habits that have helped grow his franchise into what it is constantly improving. Those who say that smart work is better than hard work are wrong, because smart work that is not backed by hard work is meaningless and will not yield any good fruit. But what they mean to say is that hard work alone isn't enough to produce desired success. And that is true. When Kwadwo Sheldon started producing his YouTube videos full-time somewhere in 2020 and brought some people on board, they started working relentlessly. They were putting in all the hard work they could. They were churning out videos every single day. But this is what they also did. They were constantly learning new ways of producing better videos, investing heavily in equipment and the people, and constantly hunting for new content ideas that would take their platform to the next level.
How much would you say you have invested in taking your channel to the point today right now?
Investment. You don't want to. A lot in human resources, in equipment, in space, a whole lot of.
Which means they were intentionally looking for ways and means to move to the next level and then the next level after that. And that is how they kept going. It is no surprise that in less than 4 years, they had become a force to reckon with in the Ghanaian media. Even in 2024, when they had already built the brand, Kwadwo Sheldon was also still thinking of how to take it to the next level by coming up with a new concept that will expand their reach to Nigeria and establish part of their team there. He calls it KSS Nigeria.
And we are looking at expanding to other countries like Nigeria, because we have a significant number of, our audience coming from that place. So in the nearest future, you might see KSS Nigeria.
So from the get-go, you can see intentional efforts looking for ways to grow and reach the next level. And that is what has brought them this far. Now, what can we learn from this? Growth does not happen simply because you show up and put in the work, but because you put in intentional efforts to keep moving from one level to the other. I bet you, if you look closely at the shops in your vicinity, you will certainly notice some shops that have been around for more than 10 years and they have not expanded in size, they have not opened a new branch, but they show up every day to come and sell. This is because growth does not happen by accident. Nothing will change about the kind of results you will produce until you change something about the effort that you put in. As Jim Rohn, a renowned speaker, once said, your life does not get better by chance. It gets better by change. You have to constantly strive to do better in order to move to the next level. Winston Churchill, a former Prime Minister of the UK, also lent credence to this principle and concept when he said, to improve is to change, and to be perfect is to change often. So if you seek real growth and rapid growth, the secret is change often. Constantly hunt for what makes you move to the next level and work relentlessly towards it. Number 4. The number 4th thing about Kwadwo Sheldon that helped him set up this rapid growing new media company is how he treats his workers, empowering employees rather than controlling them. Many employers kill the growth of their own company because they rejoice in exercising control over their employees rather than empowering them to do great work for themselves. It is only when people find success in your company that the company as an entity can also become successful. When Kwadwo Sheldon started his YouTube franchise, the goal for the workers he had was not to control them to produce results for him. It was to empower them to do well for themselves.
I don't sign people who are up there in the newsfeed. I like helping people from the scratch. I groom people. So I get all these boys and I walk them through like the process of content creation and they become good at it. It is beautiful seeing like your products out there doing amazing for themselves. Yeah.
A great example was a young man called Paradise who had a public conflict with a popular artist in Ghana. But Kwadwo Sheldon was looking deeper than that. He saw a potential in the young man, reached out to him, and got him to start working with Kwadwo Sheldon Studios. He gave the gentleman the platform, empowered him, and inspired him to reach for the skies. In no time, he gained grounds, and today, Paradise runs one of the most successful programs in Kwadwo Sheldon Studios. When he brought another young man called Scanty, Sheldon coached him to learn from his mistakes so that he doesn't repeat the same. And today, Scanty is a known brand on his own. He's able to take time off and travel to a different country to go and have a vacation. And he excels for himself within KSS, Kwadwo Sheldon Studios. Even more impressively, Kwadwo Sheldon once said his biggest fulfillment is looking at the people he brought on board and being able to coach them and empower them to do well, as well as paying them well so they can afford the lifestyle they want and express what is in them fully. It is no wonder that the team keeps building up and they are so formidable, they work so hard, and they continue to chalk new successes one after the other. Now, what can we learn from this? The best way to make your company very successful is to let your employees find personal success within your franchise. If you can set up a working environment where the workers don't feel like they are just working hard to enrich you, the employer, but rather that they feel empowered enough to become successful themselves and as happy as they want to be, you will experience a level of growth and a rate of growth that will even blow your mind as an employer. Because the best way to handle employees is to train them so well that they can leave, but treat them so well that they do not want to leave. As Zig Ziglar, a motivational speaker and author, once said, you don't build a business, you build people, and then the people build the business. Mary Barra, the CEO of General Motors, also said, if you can win the hearts and minds of employees, then you are going to have better business success. So when you have workers, don't focus on controlling them. People are not meant to be controlled. They are meant to be empowered. Don't stifle the growth of your own company. Rather, empower people to grow the company to the skies and watch magic happen. Lesson number 5. The 5th thing about Kwadwo Sheldon, which makes his company KSS grow very rapidly, is he allows the free expression of ideas. If you are a leader and you feel that whenever people disagree with you, they are disrespecting you, then I put it to you that you are stifling the growth of your own company. Kwadwo Sheldon has managed to set up an organization where he puts his ego out of the business. He allows his people to disagree with him freely and express whatever ideas they have towards the work or even he himself. There are even times where they fight, like they have heated arguments regarding their ideological differences and what direction they should take on a subject matter. Yet he doesn't interpret any of that to be disrespect.
We fought on several projects, we fought on several ideological differences, right? But then we relegate it to the background. Then we view things through the company that we are trying to build, right?
He understands the value of letting people express themselves freely and implementing their contributions if they need be. But that is even to put it mildly, because the height of it for me was when Kwadwo Sheldon met Shatta Wale for the first time after having a big online disagreement with the artist. So when they met, Sheldon tried shaking Shatta Wale's hand and was ignored, and this was recorded and shared online. The moment it hit Twitter, Sheldon was trending #1 for the wrong reason. And guess what happened? Sheldon watched as his own workers went on camera to laugh at him, criticize him, and bash him without mercy about the incident.
For someone who can sit online and I was expecting, say, Sheldon go relax, make Shatta Wale rather can halam.
Another employer in the position of Sheldon would rather make the people do a video to defend him instead. Ask yourself, how many bosses can watch this happen and entertain it? But at the end of the day, this shows clearly how his people are free to express themselves, because he doesn't see it to be disrespect whenever they have opposing views to what he has. And this is why KSS is such a strong force to reckon with after 4 years of being set up. And this is why they keep going strong and stronger with each passing day. Now, what can we learn from this? As a leader, learn to entertain opposing views without feeling disrespected. The truth is, as a leader, you don't know it all, no matter how talented, informed, or gifted that you are. And so the true mark of a leader is not a person who is the best or has the best ideas that must always be implemented, but rather somebody who is able to bring out the best in the people around him. As Simon Sinek, an author and motivational speaker, once said, leadership is not about being in charge. It is about taking care of those in your charge. And you can only do this by allowing them to freely express themselves and their ideas, even if it opposes yours. So learn to leave ego out when you are dealing with workers. Don't let your feelings and personal sentiments get in the way of allowing people to express themselves, which will be good for the company in general. Lesson number 6. The final thing we'll discuss today about why Kwadwo Sheldon Studios has been so formidable from the day it was set up is the focus on value and standing out. People will pay any price to get the kind of value they believe that they deserve or want. When Kwadwo Sheldon was building his studios, he built it in Pantine, a place that is far from the hub of Accra, where a lot of the celebrities live. But these stars don't have a problem driving or moving all the way to Pantine just to have an interview with Kwadwo Sheldon Studios because of the value they believe they will get from it.
But imagine like having a studio in Pantine, calling an artist to come for an interview and they pull up because of the value that you give to them. So Charlie,
so all he had to do was not even to situate the company close to where the people will be, but he just focused on producing content that will attract a lot of eyeballs and allowing the stars to get attracted towards that value. Now, what can we learn from this? Make yourself attractive by standing out in the value that you offer, and the world that needs that value will naturally gravitate towards you. One important key that I've found in life is that you don't chase what you want. Rather, you pursue what you want is attracted to, and what you want will start looking for you. What it means is, if you want to be rich, you don't chase after money. You chase after what money is attracted to. What that means is, you find something that will make a lot of people want to pay you to get, because that is something that their money is being attracted to. So find that thing and make yourself very good at it, and you have a lot of people even begging for you to take their money and give them part of that service or that good that you have. So whatever it is you want in life, just pause and figure out what that thing or even person is attracted to, and focus on building that character or that value, and watch magic happen. So that has been it for today. Until I see you again in our next video, which is already being prepared. Remember that life always gives us episodes of chaos and peace. But after each episode, you should pause and ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Check the description of this video.
If you put in the work, the results will come out and you are going to enjoy it, bro. Whatever you are going to do, whether it is podcast, wherever, you are going to enjoy it.